Today I'm going to be breaking down how you can use super dragons here at Townhall 15 to 3-star any base. So here is the army composition that we are going to be jumping in to take a look at today, and honestly it's super strong. Those super dragons in combination with a couple of rocket loons and a few other troops and spells is incredibly powerful. You can see all the pets and the equipment we have on our heroes here. If you don't have any of these available, you can switch them out to whatever you think is best. But let's jump straight in and break this one down. So the first thing we're going to be doing is creating a little bit of a funnel, and we're going to do that with rocket balloons. You'll see we're going to drop 2 down onto the outside of the base here, and typically we're looking to try and take down an air defense if it is accessible. Not only are we taking down a couple of key defenses there, but we're also starting to create that funnel. Next, you might have seen it, we used the giant arrow ability, of course, from our queen. That's going to go all the way through the base, and if you can catch any air defenses with this ability, you're also of course going to get some really nice benefits. Queen is going to go in combination with the king just to create that funnel up that left hand side of the base. We're then going to get the rest of our troops in. The rest of our troops being of course a couple of balloons, those super dragons, our Grand Warden, and of course that blimp. The blimp we're going to want to make sure we catch with the Eternal Dome ability from our Grand Warden, getting it all the way through onto that Town Hall. Once you get there, you're going to want to go ahead and rage everything up. You can also freeze up the Town Hall if you feel that is necessary. A Dragon Rider is going to be coming out of that blimp alongside a few balloons just to snag the Town Hall and any other defenses that we can possibly manage. Continuing with our spell support through the back end here, we're looking of course to use those spells on heavy hitting defenses or enemy heroes. In this particular case we decided to use the skeleton spell here to help tank for the expo, as well as the scatter shot on the back end. We end up using the Royal Champion coming over here just to clean up some of these defenses as well. But the good thing about these super dragons is they work really well on many different base layouts. This includes heavy, cores or really spread out buildings. Honestly, these are far better option than the Electro Dragons. Typically 9 times out of 10 I would always pick Super Dragons over Electro Dragons. Occasionally I would use Electro Dragons, but honestly I find this strategy is much stronger. Let's jump in and we'll take a look at the second example. So thinking about creating that funnel just a little bit more, of course we're always looking to try and snipe off some air defenses if at all possible. Sometimes you might not be able to snag them, but 9 times out of 10 there is going to be air defenses fairly close to the outside of the base. A beautiful use there of the giant arrow from that queen. We were able to take out 2 air defenses with it, as well as a sweeper there in the core. We also activate an early invisibility tower, which is very beneficial. Using those rocket loons over on this right hand side, we are able to take down a 3rd air defense, as well as cleaning up some of those other buildings, and then we can go ahead and get the rest of our troops going in. King's gonna just continue creating that funnel up that left hand side of the base. I do also like to occasionally bring the spiky ball on him. I really find it does help for funneling, and sometimes you can snipe off those inner air defenses with the spiky ball as well. Going to be raging up that blimp as it progresses through onto the Town Hall, taking it down very nicely right there and giving us that 2nd star. The rest of our spells are just going to be helping keep those super dragons going as we progress through the core. Now don't be scared just to rage up a singular super dragon like we have right here. Even one super dragon by itself can get pretty nice value. Unfortunately for us here, we don't quite manage to take down the monolith, which I think was the objective of that super dragon in the core, but we do still have a couple of them left up, 3 of them over on this right hand side, and we do still have the queen going on that left hand side. Royal Champion is still to make an appearance as well, as she now actually comes in from that 12 o'clock section of the base. She's able to get through that enemy Grand Warden. Going to be using that invisibility spell here just to help protect that last super dragon in the core. That monolith, of course, one of the biggest defenses that can really hit hard against things like super dragons and your heroes. But luckily for us here, the queen, after she breaks through a couple of walls, because we all know that is her favorite thing to shoot, we are going to be able to finish this one off with a very nice 3-star. While I've got you guys here, if you would like to pick up the link to this army, it is, as always, down in the description below. While you're down there, feel free to go ahead and leave a comment on this video. And let me know which super troop is your favourite here at Townhall 15, and feel free to subscribe to us at the Barracks as we push through to get 1,000 subscribers. So the third and final example, of course, of Super Dragons today, again going to be coming in with a similar outfit, but in this particular example we're going to be able to snipe off 2 air defences straight away with the help of those rocket balloons. Coming in with that Queen's ability from this right hand side, we're not able to take down any of the other 2 remaining air defences, but we are still be able to create a bit of a funnel. King's going to come in at the same side as the Queen, though sometimes I would have said it might have been a better option for him to kind of walk up this side just to help create that funnel, reinforce it a little bit more so we don't get too many super dragons going around the base, because ideally we want them all to go through into the core. Using our spells as much as possible, we're going to make sure we're keeping our Queen, super dragons, everything alive for as long as possible. In this particular one, skeleton spell going to be coming in to tank for that single target inferno, as well as the Queen on the right hand side, freezing up continuously the sweepers as well as the single target inferno, just trying to protect our troops for as long as we possibly can. Unfortunately for us in this particular example, we were slightly premature with that blimp coming in, which ends up meaning that it pops before we are able to get into that town hall compartment. Ideally, we're always looking for that blimp to secure the town hall. However, even if things don't always go to plan, you can still pull in 3 stars with this strategy. Like I said, we do end up getting a lot of those super dragons walking off to that left hand side or flying off to that left hand side, because we didn't fully create that funnel with the Barbarian King at the start. But luckily for us, the Queen is going to be the MVP of this one and get through onto that Town Hall, giving us that 2nd star, because the Town Hall itself can be pretty meddlesome, especially with the poison effect coming out of it. But that is going to be a beautiful 3-star to finish off this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like on it as well, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.